Did you hear that? Hey, Gina. It is so nice to have you here today to share a bit of your story with Lyme and mold and SIRS. And I met you, was it about a year ago?
It has. It's been almost a year. Yeah, since January last of this year.
And
So
you're coming to us from
from
Idaho?
Idaho, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking time out of your day. So tell me, before we were working together, sort of what was going on in your health? What were you struggling with?
Sure. Um, yes. So I actually, for the last 3 years, after I had a surgery in my neck, my body just kind of shut down after that surgery. And I noticed, and I was a pretty active person before that, but noticed some major shifts going on in my gut. I could feel things changing there, and I just was getting really, really sick. About a year of being like that, I finally was able to find a holistic doctor that kind of got me on some herbals and got me diagnosed with that Lyme and some co-infections and lupus. And so I started to feel a little better, but I knew that it was way too slow of progress. I just was not changing. And so I decided, I reached out. Actually, Heather, you reached out to me in a in a face group chat, and we were able to connect. And you talked to me a little bit more about there's got to be a nutritional part of it that you're missing, a component to that. And so I was excited. I felt like, yeah, that's something that I've been missing. I thought I was eating healthy, but really, when you started talking to me about what real nutrition is and good organic foods that are grown in regenerative health, regenerative soils, it just kind of clicked. So I was really excited to get started on a good nutrition based, plant-based diet again. And wow, the shifts were amazing. Within a week, I would say I started to feel a lot better. Like my energy improved. um, I just felt like something was changing inside of me, and I was really excited. About a month in, things were feeling really good, but then all of a sudden there was like kind of a halt to it.
I
And then
remember
that's where
that.
things changed a little bit. So I don't know if you want me to talk about that, or if you wanted to say something more about that.
Well, I remember when you had the halt, and I remember I encourage everybody who's dealing with Lyme to test their environment for mold. And a lot of people are like, and I was the same way. I was like, no, I don't have mold. I live in the desert. Um, but I was encouraging you throughout. And that's what I remember sort of pushing you to, like, we really need to assess if the environment is contributing to the fact that you've made this halt or not.
Mhm.
So I'll let you
Right.
take over from there, but that's what my memory.
Yes. And like you said, it's not, we built this house, and even though it's 20 years old, I thought, I know everything that goes on in this house. There's no mold. And so I did put it off, and I feel bad because I think I went another 4, maybe even 5 months of kind of just ignoring that little reminder, Gina, you need to check for that. And it finally clicked when I went down to take care of a grandbaby for a couple weeks, and I felt great
Mhm.
down there in southern Utah. And when I came back, it had just been a little over 2 weeks. And when I came back, the first day back, I was back to where I was. I was sick, and I thought, oh my goodness, there is something to this. So yeah, I went ahead and got the test done, the ERMI test, and I shouldn't have been living in those numbers that came back. I should have been, yeah, it was pretty obvious that that's what was contributing to my sickness. So yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to share with people, it's sort of sad, but even wonderful Lyme literate doctors, they often miss the environmental piece, and it's just so huge. So if you're struggling with chronic illness, autoimmune disease, lupus, or Lyme, and nobody's ruled out your environment as playing a role into why you're not getting better, I really encourage you, reach out to me. I'll send you the link for the ERMI dust cloth test. It's a great place to start if you don't know if the
Yeah.
house has a history of water damage. And I do remember your numbers were really high, but what was really interesting is you saw great progress for the first 3 months, and then it just sort of came to a halt.
Yeah.
And so then you guys remediated, right? You remediated.
Yeah, we did choose to remediate. And we are just about done, but it has already been a big shift. I can tell a big difference. I had to actually move out of the home for a couple months while that was going on. I'm back in it now and feeling so much better. So yes, I still do have some little things that come up that kind of indicate that I might still be trying to get that out of my system. But I feel with the proper nutrition and herbals and things that I'm doing, it's making a huge difference. So yes.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think people, we want it, we don't want it to be a process, but it is a process. The longer you've been sick, it's, you should
Mhm.
be able to start feeling better, but we're just sort of like peeling away layers of health. And I know I want to bring you back on another time where we can just focus on the AO scan, which is the frequency device that you've used to help my clients. And you've used on your own health, to talk more about that. But I just wanted people to hear a story of hope and of progress and the journey. So from prior to, working with me and then now, and I know we all add in other modalities as we're getting well, but what are the biggest shifts you've seen prior to using regenerative nutrition, and now having added it in and you've remediated your home? What are the biggest shifts, maybe the top 3 shifts you've seen?
Wow. I'm able to get out of bed. I was pretty much bedridden, really. Excuse me. So yeah, I the muscle aches, that was another big one that was just constant and severe, like all the time. So that and just being able to get around. I can actually go to the store now and drive and those kind of things that, we kind of take advantage of, but those were simple things that I couldn't do in that state that I was in. And I've been amazed at what just nutrition can do. Like your body is designed to eat good, nutritious, wholesome foods. And as the average American, we don't eat those kind of foods. And so that was just a huge eye opener. I don't think I can ever really go back fully to eating the way I did. I really have seen such a shift in just in the clarity as well, the fogginess, the brain fog. That was another big one with Lyme. And so those have been probably the most significant for me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and we're both still peeling away some layers, repairing the body.
Yeah.
So it is a process. Even when we're no longer sick, there's still rebuilding and repair that goes on, but you cannot rebuild and repair without plant-based nutrition as part of that, because that's what supplies the nutrients that the
Exactly.
body needs. And so, no, thank you for sharing your story and giving
Yeah.
others hope. And I don't know, is there anything else you want to add to those people who might be listening who are struggling with lupus or Lyme or mold or SIRS?
That there is hope. There's people out there like Heather and other regenerative specialists that want to get out there and show you what good nutrition can do for you. There is hope, basically, because I had kind of lost it, to be honest. I kind of thought, I've tried pretty much everything, and just was thinking I'm never going to get well. So yeah,
Yeah, well, it's been fun to watch you get better and better and better
thank you,
and be a
Heather.
part of the journey. So thanks for allowing me to come alongside you with that.
Thank you so much, Heather.
I'm gonna